political stunt is a shame.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, want to give you some time, if I may reclaim my time.
Gentleman reclaims.
Look, let's just talk about the difference of where we've come in 2 years. Historic lows in 45 years of illegal immigration. Historic lows by the person at the helm who enacts laws in response to we the people. Historic lows of illegal immigration. Now, we have the most illegal immigration in our country's history. Decisions matter. A lack of leadership on this front matters. People are losing their lives. Children are being sold into the sex traffic slave trade because of decisions that are being made. In 2022, human trafficking arrests have increased 50%. 72% of trafficking victims are immigrants. Mr. Jones, a minute ago, you talked about some things that we have to be concerned about. The new mob, the cartel, coming into the United States, the new mob. I want you to recite the fact that you said a minute ago. How many politicians were killed in Mexico?
In the last national election, if you'll look up, CNN did some great reporting on this, 132, including their staffers.
Mr. Jones, are they coming to a state near you? Are the cartels richer and more powerful because of this administration, President Biden's decision and Secretary Mayorkas' decision? Are they more powerful and richer today?
This is a whole new scheme that has resulted in them getting richer right here in debt bondage.
Are they more powerful in America because of the decisions at the executive helm?
Yes, sir.
In America. Debt bondage. We keep hearing about debt bondage. $35,000 if you're coming from China, the cartel is charging you to come into this country. And do we not think that they're going to employ not only the tactics of the employment, but what about prostitution to repay that debt?
In every form that you can think of, they're going to require these people. And then when they've paid it, they're going to say they did something wrong and now they owe another $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 because that's what they can do. You see, they know where their families are in their country of origin, and they know where they're going here in our country. And it's all right here in the numbers in their database.
Mr. Chairman, I'm concerned about the Biden administration, as I know many of us in this committee are, their policies, these unaccompanied alien children. And it's run by the Department of Health and Human Services. And so some of you have some great insight on that, fraudulent use of that UAC program, children that are being trafficked, they're being abused, they're being sold into sex trade. I want to ask Ms. Vaughn, what do you know about children that have been involved in the sex trade because of the UAC program implementation?
Well, in many cases, their lives are ruined. In some cases, it happens because they get preyed on when, for example, they're in shelters in places like San Antonio or New York or Chicago that are overrun. They're there by themselves.
Is this administration making sure that those children who may be forced to say they're related, is this administration making sure that they verify that they're those children?
Absolutely.
And what changed over the prior policy is not making sure that they're the children?
Well, previously the policy was that no child would be released without a certain level of vetting of the sponsor.
Does that include DNA tests to make sure if that child's being forced?
Okay. Well, DNA testing was done at the border because there was a problem.
Has that been changed under this administration?
Yes, it has. They eliminated.
So are we complicit? Is this administration potentially complicit in children who are being forced to claim they're related, being sold into a sex trade, and we could have caught them at the border if we'd have done DNA analysis? And this administration is undermining that process?
The cartels and smugglers are thrilled that the DNA testing policy has been abandoned because it makes it very easy for them now to rent, kidnap, and use children to assist other inadmissible illegal aliens in crossing into the United States.
Gentleman's time has expired. I now